Right, Song of Solomon, chapter 4. Let's call this one My Bride, a term that's going to come up, I think, at least 5 times in the chapter, where Solomon seems to make it clear that she is not just a love interest. As in the first 7 verses or so, he is going to talk more about her beauty, and that is not brand new. He's been talking about that. Not only has Solomon been talking about that, the others, that third character, so to speak, that we have been mentioning, they've noticed it too. But in this chapter, he is going to go into detail to talk about her beauty in a way that makes it clear that it's not just a shallow compliment. He has some specificity to the things that he loves about her beauty. And beyond that, love is going to be clearly one of the things that he values in her, because he's going to talk in the first 7 verses, summing them up in verse 7 by saying, "You are altogether beautiful, my love." But he is going to give us a different spin on that in verses 8 through 10, and specifically verse 10, where he will say, "How beautiful is your love, my sister." And that's an important distinction. Noticing that I did skip over verse 8, understanding that verse 8 seems to provide a little bit of a transition between the time at which Solomon compliments her as being his love, and he then goes on to talk about the beauty of having her love. Then in verses 11 through 16, comparing her beauty to a garden, saying beyond her physical beauty, the way in which she seems to maintain a refreshing fragrance is something that also is worth mentioning, as the last verse of the chapter is going to shift to her, as she is going to seem to indicate a level of acceptance to Solomon by simply saying, "Let my beloved come to his garden," seeming to describe the way in which she's accepting his invitation as his bride. Understanding that there are about 3 things, at least 3 things that stood out. Really, there are more than that, but the 3 I'd like to focus on have to do with the way in which, like we already mentioned, he goes into detail in complimenting her beauty. Understanding that it's more than a surface compliment regarding her appearance. He's going to talk about the way, as we already mentioned, that one of the things that he finds beautiful about her is the fact that she loves him, and understanding in life that it's hard to find decent friends. One of the reasons for that might be the fact that it's hard to find people that we can legitimately trust. And so we are fortunate in life if we find friends that we genuinely love and who love us back to the degree that we can genuinely trust them. But beyond that, in this relationship, Solomon seems to find someone who, beyond being able to simply say, "I love you like a brother," because they use that term, brother and sister, with one another, she's accepting him in the way that only a husband and wife can. And so in life, to the degree that you have found that level of love and trust, but beyond that, you have found that level of acceptance, praise God, because it truly is a gift from